It was a quiet and peaceful morning when suddenly strange events began to happen in a small town. People who were buried a few days ago suddenly began to appear in different parts of the city. At first glance, they seemed to be alive, but their eyes were empty and their steps were unnaturally slow. It soon became clear that the dead were returning to the world of the living as zombies. Panic gripped the city when most of the dead began attacking the living. Nothing and no one could stop this frenzied invasion. Brave people organized resistance, trying to fight off the invasion of zombies. But their efforts were in vain. The real battle for survival unfolded in the city, where everyone had to choose between their lives and trying to save the city from total destruction. But there is something else in this battle that no one expected. It turned out that this was not just a random rebirth of the dead. There is an insidious plan behind all this, which is so deadly that even the bravest heroes risk being trapped. And now they have to uncover the secret of this sinister conspiracy while they fight for their lives in this hellish battle with the living dead. In search of answers to the mysterious rebirth of the dead, the heroes began to explore the ruins of that old cemetery where most of the zombies were seen. There, in the dungeon, they discovered an ancient artifact, an ancient magical amulet that seems to have been used to summon the undead. Those able to wield magic discovered that the amulet had been used for dark purposes by a magician named Morgan, who craved power over the living and the dead. He performed a ritual to bring back his sworn minions after his death, so that they could seize control of the world of the living. Realizing that the amulet is the key to victory in the fight against zombies, the heroes went in search of Morgan, who could destroy the amulet. But at every step they had to face the next wave of the living dead, which were more and more. Finally, the heroes reached Morgan's cursed castle, where he planned to perform a new bloody ritual that strengthens the amulet and increases its power. The battle was inevitable, and the heroes fought against the dangerous servants of Morgan, pursued by an army of undead. Despite the fierce battle, the heroes were able to get inside the castle and face Morgan himself. They attacked him and managed to deprive him of the amulet. However, when they thought the victory was theirs, Morgan ran away, threatening to return with new horrors at his disposal. Now the heroes must resist not only the invasion of the undead that Morgan has caused, but also find a way to destroy the amulet before it returns to its sinister plans. Their path will lead them to dark corners of the world, full of ancient secrets and dangers that they did not even know about. Tense days turned into endless nights as the heroes traveled to distant lands to search for answers and magical artifacts that could help them in their struggle. They traveled through dangerous forests and tangled swamps, meeting ancient sorcerers and mysterious creatures who knew about Morgan's evil plans. Finally, these ancient creatures led the heroes to the island of eternal darkness, a place where, according to legend, you can find the amulet of destruction, a powerful artifact capable of destroying Morgan's amulet. The island was plunged into darkness, and it was surrounded by terrible monsters that guarded the secret of the amulet. The heroes fought all the dangers, survived deadly trials, and finally reached the lost temple, where, according to legend, the amulet of destruction was supposed to be kept. But when they arrived, they discovered that the temple was inhabited by none other than Morgan himself. A terrible magician read a spell to raise the revived warriors from an age-old dream, to block the path of the heroes. A new epic battle had begun, in which the heroes fought majestically, but Morgan was too powerful. At the last moment, when everything seemed lost, one of the heroes was able to drive Morgan into a dead end. Before his blow, the magic of the amulet shone, creating a powerful flash of light. When the light faded, Morgan disappeared, and the amulet of destruction lay at the feet of the heroes. But the victory was dearly bought, and the heroes realized that this was only the beginning. Morgan disappeared with the amulet of the undead, and now the heroes face a new challenge to stop him before he can use the magic of the amulet again. The heroes go in search of Morgan, knowing that they will have a final battle with him to prevent his sinister plans to destroy the world. But they do not know what his specific goals are and what he is going to do with the amulet. And time is working against them. Something strange was happening in a quiet town in the south of France. Residents have noticed that with each passing day, more and more people disappear without a trace. At first it seemed just a strange coincidence, but when the number reached several dozen, people began to worry. The local police conducted an investigation, but they could not find any evidence or witnesses that could explain the disappearance. Some citizens began to think that this was the work of a serial killer, while others believed that aliens from outer space had appeared in the city. Meanwhile, a young journalist from a local newspaper, Alexander, decided to investigate this mysterious disappearance. He began conducting his own investigation, talking to eyewitnesses and examining their testimonies. The further he dug, the more he began to suspect that something more inexplicable was behind it. One day, Alexander received an anonymous message saying that he had information about what was happening in the city. He was sure that this was the key to solving the mystery of the disappearance. The meeting with the stranger was scheduled on a semi-abandoned street outside the city, and he decided to go there without support, unaware that an incredible discovery awaits him there that will change his life forever. On the day of the scheduled meeting, Alexander went to a half-abandoned street. He felt some anxiety, but his curiosity and desire to uncover this secret was stronger. When he reached the indicated place, he was met by a tall, strange man in a long raincoat and a wide-brimmed hat, and his face was completely hidden by dark glasses. "Are you Alexander?" the stranger asked. "Yes, it's me. Who are you?" replied Alexander, feeling a shiver run down his back. "I have information that can reveal the truth about the disappearances in this city. But first, I want to make sure that you are worthy of this information," the stranger said. He offered Alexander to solve several tasks that required him to have a sharp mind and perseverance. Finally, after passing all the tests, the stranger took out a strange artifact from under his cloak. It looked like a shimmering crystal that emitted a mysterious light. This crystal contains the power to open a portal to another dimension, where the mystery of the disappearances will be revealed. Only you will be able to use this crystal, and only you will be able to bring the truth to light, the stranger explained. Alexander was stunned. He understood that an opportunity was waiting for him that could not be missed. But he also felt that this enterprise carried incredible dangers. The stranger gave Alexander time to think, and leaving him with Crystal, disappeared into the shadows of the night. After much thought, Alexander realized that he could not leave this mystery unsolved, and decided to embark on a journey into the unknown. But what awaits him in another dimension, and will he be able to come back with the truth? At this point, a veil of mystery remains, which hides the subsequent events. The cloudy sky over the city in the south of France seemed endless as Alexander rushed to meet the adventure. With the crystal in his hand, he felt a mixture of excitement, fear, and determination. He found a place over which he could open a portal to another dimension, and finally gathered all his will into a fist and activated a magical artifact. Suddenly, the hair around him began to sparkle, and a portal leading to the unknown opened in front of Alexander's eyes. A silvery light washed over him, and he felt the ground disappear from under his feet, replaced by a misty void. The dreams of rushing through space, the landscapes changed so fast that my head was spinning. And suddenly, he found himself in another world, surrounded by strange sounds and strange creatures. But he did not pay attention to his surroundings. His goal was to solve the mystery of the disappearances. Having passed through this new world, accompanied by amazing and dangerous twists and turns, he finally found the answers. With the help of the crystal, Alexander discovered that the disappeared people were drawn into a mysterious portal that was created centuries ago by the power of ancient magicians. He realized that now he had to go back and confront the brutal forces behind these disappearances. The journey back to the portal was filled with trials and dangers, but Alexander carried within himself the determination and strength that helped him overcome all obstacles. When he finally returned to his world, he felt unimaginable relief and a sense of victory. The forces of the portal were destroyed, and all the disappeared were saved. The residents of the city were grateful to Alexander for his courage and bravery, and his name became a legend in the place. But even after learning the whole truth, Alexander understood that there were still many secrets in this world that he had to reveal. He went on a new adventure, where new mysteries and dangers await him.